So we know a lot about the adolescent brain, a lot more now than we used to know. And one of the main things that we know is that the brain continues to develop all the way through our mid and even into our late 20s. One of the main processes that happens during our mid to late 20s is called myelination, where I like to think of it as the brain is getting wax on its surfboard. And this is a process that happens from the back of the brain toward the front of the brain. So the front of the brain is actually not fully myelinated until we're in our late 20s. And that's important because alcohol and drugs affect this part of the brain in a particularly interesting way. So for teens who drink and use drugs, and this part of the brain is not fully myelinated, that means drugs and alcohol are going to affect the way that we think, and particularly in areas related to the front of the brain. That type of thinking is what we call executive functioning, and that's what we call higher order processes. So things like really complex decision making, planning out tasks, things like studying for multiple finals at once and trying to figure out how to juggle a schedule where you've got a ton of different after school activities and homework and dinner, and you've got a phone where you're on Facebook and tweeting all at the same time, and you've got multiple friends calling you on different lines. So those kinds of problem solving abilities are particularly affected in teens for whom that part of the brain is not fully developed yet.